Experts now say Marcus Gronholm and Peugeot dominated last month's Rally Argentina. Both Gronholm and teammate Richard Burns were stripped of the win, though. Mistakes by the team. So now at the midpoint of the season, those elevated by Peugeot errors have higher hopes than before. But this is the Acropolis Rally, brutal on equipment. Today, Peugeot introduces the latest evolution of its 206. Will their dominance continue? Does a new car perhaps open the door for others to again exploit a weakness? Most important, if there's a non-Peugeot bid for the championship coming, it needs to start now. This is Greece, back to Europe for the World Rally Circus, one of the most bruising events on the calendar. Hot temperatures, tough rocky roads, just part of the challenge that is the Acropolis Rally, round 7 of the World Rally Championship. I'm Dave Despain. This is an historic event. It's been running 48 years and marks the midway point in the 2002 season. Run on the Greek mainland, about 2 hours northwest of the capital, Athens, the rally is based in the seaside town of Achaia, with the stages in the nearby mountains and a single service park for all 3 days at Parnassos. Now, the last round, Argentina, Ford's Carlos Sainz was the winner despite finishing behind 2 Peugeots. That's because Gronholm was disqualified. He got illegal help. And then Richard Burns also excluded, underweight flywheel. Sainz moved up.
Maybe this time I was not deserving, but other times, as I said, I have it in my hand and I lost it just by bad luck in the last moment. So sometimes luck goes in one direction, sometimes in another direction.
And now, have a look at Tommy Mäkinen. Wow, a huge crash that came on the final day of the rally.
We were a little bit ahead already on that stage. Unfortunately, some little mistake on very high speed, and so it can happen so quickly and so easily when you push more than 100%.
And so as the championship reaches the midway point, here's how the driver's series looks. Gronholm, Burns, and Mäkinen. No points in South America. Sainz now tied for third thanks to that win. 95 world champ Colin McRae, one of those still trying to get something going this year, while the manufacturer points show Peugeot with an enormous lead despite their 2-car DQ in Argentina. Colin McRae knows he has to win soon if he's going to play any part in the championship battle.
We need serious points out of the next 2, yeah. And then obviously it would be nice if everyone else had problems and then we could be right back up there. But we certainly need to score good points, yeah.
Teams that struggle look for help anywhere they can find it. And these guys will need all the help they can get to stop Peugeot, though this team has a new car in Greece and they're being cautious.
I think this is going to be the toughest test for the car because we've had 2 quite rough rallies in Cyprus and Argentina, but I think this Acropolis always remains the roughest of the World Championship apart from Kenya.
The point leader, Gronholm, has said he plans to take things a little easier for the next couple of rallies. Subaru upbeat about their chances, the car, the Pirelli tires, and their drivers.
Is it a rally that suits your driving style, do you feel?
Well, I like many of the rallies, but still this is the one I've done so well on every year. So I think we have the possibility here, that's for sure.
Citroën only doing 7 events this year. This is one of them. The French team won't be happy unless they're on the podium.
It's the first time we make a rally with a WRC on gravel, so I think my feeling is good on the test, but I want to know what is really the level from the other driver, and I don't know for the moment.
Of the other 3 teams, Mitsubishi have Alistair McRae and Francois Delacour fighting for much-needed points. On to Hyundai, four-time world champ Juha Kankkunen once again joining Freddie Loix and Armin Schwartz, while Skoda also have 3 cars, Kenneth Eriksson, Tony Gardmeister, and Stig Blomqvist. Ceremonial start at Greece's National Garden, Zappeion in Athens, the curtain raiser. Day 1 would see 6 stages to the west of Mount Parnassos, and the temperatures forecast to be in the 80s. Together with the rocky roads, it's not going to be an easy rally. Now remember, the first day starting order based on the fast guys starting up front on championship points. They'll be sliding around and sweeping the roads. We'll have more from Greece in a minute.
Well, here we have a road typical of what's going to be used this weekend on the Greek rally. This road was actually used in the late 80s, early 90s, and it's been used many, many times. As you can see, the whole road is covered in rocks, ranging from the small sort of razor-sharp rocks which you get here, which are usually good for getting a puncture, down to the hard rocks which are set into the road, which never move or come out, but as more cars go over it, they get more exposed and increase the risk of getting a puncture. Then if you look on the outside and inside of the corners, you get these bigger rocks, much, much bigger rocks which have been pushed to the side. And it goes without saying that if you cut this corner just by a couple of widths of a wheel, then you're going to get a puncture, or at the very worst, you're going to take the wheel off.
All right, the first of 16 stages in this year's Acropolis Rally, a typical test, about 15 miles of twists and turns, long climb uphill, then down again into the valley. The virtual spectator overview of the stage gives you a great idea where the road goes and how nicely it flows. It does not show you the surface, those thousands of sharp rocks that Phil Mills is talking about. Well, the bees, by the way, are not usually a big problem. First to go looking for the rocks, Marcus Gronholm, the point leader. They've changed the rules this year. The top 15 run in reverse order on days 2 and 3. But the first day out, they run in terms of championship points. And so the Peugeot of Gronholm and his co-driver, Timo Rautiainen, the road sweeper, cleaning the line, getting those loose rocks off the top for the others to follow.
Vasen nopea. 5 ja vasen eri yli nykyään 5 ja vasen nopea ja oikein nopea.
At the end of the stage, there is the benchmark, the time for the others to attack. We go to the reigning world champion, Richard Burns and Robert Reed. 3 cars have run ahead of them. Still, they were 6 seconds slower than their teammates. Maybe when Gronholm said he was going to take things easy for a couple of rallies, he was talking about the next couple of rallies.
20 and flat left. 100. Flat right.
World championship team at work, but 6 seconds off Gronholm means that they'll need to work a wee bit harder.
30 left was in. 20. Straight crest 40. Easy right. Tightens maybe. Do easy right minus long. 220.
On board now with Tommy Mäkinen, 5th quickest on the day's first stage.
Oikein nopea plus helppo. Ja vasen eri. Ja oikea eri tiukka sisältä huomio. 2 vasen, kirra pitkä K vasen.
Right hand.
Ja oikea 3 pitkä K oikea plus heti K vasen miinus.
Mäkinen, your all-time leader in rally wins at 24, though now tied with Sainz after that Argentina win for the Spaniard.
Rytky alussa sisältä aukee. 2 pitkä K oikea sisältä huomio. Tarkasti pirun pitkä K vasen miinus. Ihan sisältä pomppii kiviä. Ja nyppy täys. Ja oikea 25. Huomio pitkä oikein nopea.
Mäkinen showing no ill effects from that amazing crash in Argentina.
Ja vasen 4.
Totally uninjured. A little bit of racer rheumatism perhaps, but otherwise ready to go.
100. Pitkä oikein nopea miinus. Älä oikaise. 2.
All in all, a pretty good start here for Mäkinen, but it's clear that the conditions are helping those running further back. Point of case, Armin Schwartz, the Hyundai, set exactly the same time as Mäkinen for this stage.
Tiukka serpo oikee ihan sisältä.
Now Now make a note of Mäkkinen's facial expression. I want you to compare that with something you'll see a little later.
3, 2, 1.
And now Mäkkinen's Subaru teammate, Petter Solberg, second here last year. High hopes that this Acropolis might be his first ever victory. And that bid for victory got off to a shaky start, though. Out of view of the cameras, a spin that cost him well over a minute on this stage.
I got a half spin into a corner. I hit the bump inside, and then I couldn't start, and then the engine stopped. I couldn't start it again, and we lost 1.5 minutes or something, I think.
Now, when we come back, the man with 4 wins in his last 6 starts here, going for a hat trick, 3 in a row at Acropolis. We'll ride with Colin McRae on the Grecian gravel. Welcome back to Greece, where Carlos Sainz and Colin McRae, pre-race favorites, didn't really have a strong start predicted. McRae 4th, Sainz only 9th. McRae dominated the Cyprus Rally in April, although 2 big crashes in the final day denied him the victory. Stage 1 in Greece, 14 seconds off the pace.
Titans and 5 left minus Titans.
Now only 0.2 of a second faster than McRae's Ford, the Peugeot of Harry Robin-Perä, who in turn was less than a second behind Gronholm's time. Chewing your lip helps.
Hae vähän oikein vasen täys yli 7. Ja alatie nyt kun vasen laitteen.
Now watch the speed start to climb. 4th gear.
250. Hae pitkä vasen tosi
serious speed into 5th. Right there.
Pidä vasen tosi täys sisältä 100. Nyppy yli oikein tosi täys jatkaa. Nyppy vasen laita täys miinusta. Kiree 102.
Notice how the road has been swept clean here. You don't hear the rocks rattling off the belly pan.
Täys 7. Ja huomio, usko. Nyppy yli vähän vasen K2 oikein nopee. Sisältä. 8.
Yeah, this is the new Peugeot. There's been a lot of fuss made about this car, although in reality, the team call it an optimized 2001. The changes are relatively minor. Better aero package, a little better cooling system, new air intake. They've modified the rear spoiler a little bit. Probably the biggest change is tougher and improved suspension, but I don't think there's really anything here that's going to make this car vulnerable to teething problems. Those who believe so are subscribing perhaps to a bit of wishful thinking. This is the dominant car in World Rally.
Oikein eri yli ja jarru, rykky K, oikea laita 5.
And now to the Fords. Big smile on their faces thanks to Marco Martin. Helped by the fact that he had the worst of the rocks all swept out of the way. The Estonian ran nearly 14 seconds quicker than even Gronholm on the first stage. Citroën, on the other hand, not so happy. High hopes for both Thomas Rodstrom and Sebastian Loeb, but the young Frenchman Loeb had suspension problems and brake failure. He was nearly 30 seconds off the pace.
Sebastian, have you got a problem?
Yes, we had a problem with the brakes at the end of the stage. For 3 or 4 kilometers, the pedal was going down and we are looking what it is.
And now through the magic of the computer, the rally we never get to see. The virtual spectator parallel racing comparison. On this occasion, we see Sainz, Burns, and Mäkinen all overshadowed by Marco Martin. You don't often get a chance to see an advantage of 20 seconds in what it looks like in a rally, but suffice it to say, there is some catching up to do. First leaderboard of the rally headed by Martin with Gronholm, Robin-Perä, McRae, Mäkinen, and Schwartz all covered by 19 seconds. Burns led the remainder of the top 12. Toshi Arai in the third of the Subarus in 10th place. Stage 2 of the Acropolis Rally. For the first few cars, it will be like racing on marbles. But back on stage 1, Marcus Gronholm didn't seem all that bothered by the conditions. Look here, though, at all the wheel spin. The point leader slipping to 7th on the stage and losing around 10 seconds. Pretty clear as we go on board just how slippery that surface is for the first car and co-driver combination on the road. Now Petter Solberg still kicking himself for his spin on stage 1, but faring much better here on 2. For a while, it seemed the Norwegian and his Welsh co-driver Phil Mills were on course to set the fastest time. Another driver with a Welshman alongside, Colin McRae. Despite Nicky Grist's calm voice reciting the pace notes, the focus was only 12th quick. Precious seconds lost when McRae was distracted by running in Solberg's dust. Give a listen.
Left tightens to 2+. And 6 right. Into 6 right over crest. Into slow 4 right. Opens.
This man who has lately dominated Acropolis struggling in the dust, while Marco Martin and Michael Parks defend the Ford honors and doing so very nicely.
30 to right here.
Son of an amateur rally driver, now one of the world's top pros, despite a puncture. Losing only about 4 seconds, it's still leading the rally. But the sensations of stage 2 were the Hyundais. For so long, they've watched the likes of Ford, Subaru, and Peugeot just drive away. But this time, Armin Schwartz knew that the cleared roads were a big advantage, and this was the time to attack. Solberg's time quickest so far. The bottom right of your screen, watch how the comparison works out. Bang, second on the stage, that's hot, but there's more to come. Schwartz, Belgian teammate Freddie Loix and his Hyundai.
Rechts daarvoor zeer lang en 100. En 100 even rechts daarvoor. En 100. Even rechts links kort en wordt 75 smal, links 140 kort. Wordt 75 smal, links 140 kort en wordt 75 links 72.
I hate it when they flip that visor down.
72, om direct rechts zeer lang. Om direct rechts zeer lang. Sluit naar 130 kort, wipt links. Sluit naar 130 kort, wipt links. Om.
So much fun to come in as the underdog and have this kind of a run. Just a terrific day for the Hyundai team.
Direct links 60 min. Direct links 60 min, rechts 90 min rots. Rechts 90 min rots en 50. Rechts 95 links en rechts 95 links, om rechts 92 kort borduur. Om links, om rechts 92 kort borduur, om links sluit naar 73. Om links sluit naar 73, om 50. Om 50. Rechts 72 min couperen, direct links 80.
Stage time for Lloyd will work out to be exactly a second slower than Schwartz. The Korean cars ranked second and third on the stage. That is truly remarkable.
En 100. Even rechts daarvoor kort. En wordt 100 rechts 72 min. Even rechts daarvoor kort en wordt 100 rechts 72 min. Om 50. Om 50. Links 73 min. Even rechts daarvoor.
There's the Hyundai now. The stage held one more underdog surprise. Thomas Rodstrom in the part-time Citroen looking very much like a full-time challenger. Again, the time comparison lower right.
Will be a good time anyway. Too easy right, 50, fast right plus open and tightens medium plus, fast right plus open.
Bear in mind, this guy had a flat on the stage and still,
max left along this.
Check it out, he wins the stage, a strong run from the French car. And so after 2, the big guns struggling to keep pace with the underdogs and upstarts.
Colin, 6th position after 2 stages, happy?
Yeah, and I mean, okay, the position doesn't really matter. It's the gap to the leader, and it's a bit, but it's not too bad. We've had a bit of a problem with some brakes, and then caught Petter's dust a bit in the first one. So there's a reason for being where we are.
Where did you get that speed from? Why so quick from the start?
I don't know, the plan was to go quick from the start, and to be honest, the first stage, really, everything worked. We went wide only in one corner and everything else was perfect, so that maybe explains why we were so fast.
It was very clean, and we went flat out, a little bit the big attack, and it was good. We didn't make any mistake, and still had some good tires for the second stage, so everything together gave me a good time.
Great result also for the team. It's the first gravel stage win for this car and Citroen.
Yes, that's right. It's a very good feeling, especially for me. It was last year here was the last gravel rally, and I retired after only 6 stages. So it feels like a newcomer sometimes.
All right, stick around. We'll have more rally in a moment. Welcome back to the World Rally Championship on speed. Plenty of challenges for the suspension here for these WRC cars, yet some drivers are saying this year's Acropolis seems to be smoother than usual. Fewer ruts perhaps, still plenty of rocks, plenty of dust. On board there with Gronholm, series leader.
7 oikein tiukka kirraa.
On stage 3, Burns was the quickest of the Peugeot drivers, second fastest. He beat his teammate Gronholm this time around by a little less than a second. Listen in as we take a ride here in the new spec Peugeot 206.
Right max 60, 90 left in long. 30. 300. Flat left, tightens 20, flat left minus in. And flat left in 70. Flat right plus the flat right plus 100. Right max 50, right max in 30. Easy left long opens 50, flat left.
Burns picking up the pace significantly from that first stage, right at the edge there.
To flat right 170. Crest 80 left max.
Rocks slamming the bottom of the car.
Okay. Crest 70. Flat left 60 braking. Left max to crest 50. Easy right plus. To easy right over crest. Tightens in long. 50 fast left minus in long.
Wow, that's
50.
fast.
Easy right 20. Flat right 30. Easy left in long 50. Easy right into flat right 80. Flat right 70.
I don't see anything easy about
braking
this.
easy left minus in 70. Crest to slight right 100. Flat right tightens 50. Braking slight left 70. Hairpin left.
Evidence of why Peugeot leads
60.
the World Rally Championship,
Flat
the dominant
right
car,
minus
as
50.
we come to
Flat
this
left
round
long
in Greece.
100.
Colin McRae, meanwhile, still in 6th place, despite losing precious seconds with a spin on stage 3, made the camera turn green.
Into 6 right line.
And so once again, Marco Martin, quickest of the 3 Ford drivers, the young Estonian, continuing to lead the biggest names in World Rally.
40, 6 right.
Kid's never won one of these things, but you'd never know it the way he's performing today.
100.
Now behind the Focus, second place changing hands, still a Hyundai, but now it's Freddie Loix, not Armin Schwartz, after the Belgian set the fastest time on the stage.
Freddie, a very good time in the last stage. You're catching Marco Martin.
Yeah, we still have a few seconds to go, but okay, I'm happy. The car was going very well.
Okay, after 3 stages, here's how things look. 2 Hyundais in the top 4, both drivers seemingly determined to show this is no fluke. But will their teams hold up for the challenge? More rally still to come. We go to the 15.5-mile Rengini stage, the rally's 4th, and look at the rocks. Are they getting bigger? I think so. But it was not the road surface that caused Marcus Gronholm to lose time. Rather, it was a lapse in concentration. We're on board now with the championship point leader.
Oikein eri miinus. Oi. Ei ollut mitään. Vasen täys. 100.
Bottoming out.
Eri. 4. Joo, vasen eri 4 ja vasen eri ahdas. 5 ja oikein eri. 5 ja vasen eri miinus. Soppu. Ja oikein eri. 4, ja vasen
Kind
nopea.
of driving
Ja
is
oikein
just a
hidas.
constant series of
3.
near misses, but there's one
vasen
coming for
nopea.
Granholm.
7 ja oikein täys yli nypyn. 8. Vasen jouhe yli nypyn. 7. Vasen nopea. 8. Ja nypy oikein hidas ja vasen hidas sumppu.
I know, watch what happens right here. Car was light over that crest and just came around on him.
Pitää mennä samat reijät tästä hyvä. Ja vasen nopea.
Back underway.
Tää hidas sumppu. Vasen nopea, se huomio. Oikein hidas.
Now the quickest Peugeot this time was driven by another Finn, Harri Rovanperä.
Vähän vasen täys 3 ja lyhyt. Vasen eri miinus sisältä oikein K. 2. Oikein serpo. Vähän vasen oikein täys sisältä.
Way up in the mountains now. Pretty fair drop off on the right, although I don't think anybody's noticing.
Jatkaa pitkä vasen helppo miinus aukee. Jatkaa nypy yli oikein täys. Jatkaa oikein eri plus sisältä 3 ja pidä oikein K. Pitkä vasen K, pidä. 3. Oikein nopea plus pyöreä.
Temperature has continued to climb. Expected 80s, it's pushing 90, and driving one of these babies in those kinds of conditions, very strenuous indeed. No, they don't run the air conditioning.
Oikein K, pidä sisällä. Jatkaa.
Now the fastest time of the stage, guess who? Marco Martin again, his second stage win in 4 stages. He and Michael Park extending their lead, now 26 seconds.
2 right. 2, 3 left, 30, short 2 right, junction 2 minus left.
Second quick on the stage, Armin Schwartz, so he moves back ahead of Freddie Loix into second position. This despite the fact that the Accent is not handling all that well. Schwartz complaining of understeer. NASCAR drivers would call it poosh. And no traction. Freddie Loix and co-driver Sven Smeets, meanwhile, could not repeat their win on stage 3. They were only 6th quick and dropped to 3rd overall. But remember, Granholm had been in between these 2 teammates. Now he's slipped back to 10th with that spin, so he is no longer a threat to this pair. After 4 of 6 stages, Marco Martin leading Schwartz, Loix 3rd, Rovanperä 4th, Burns 5th, McRae 6th, covered by less than 50 seconds. Mäkinen and Rodstrom tied for 7th. The unhappy Granholm now 57.5 seconds back.
Very slippery, and I was off the road. I spun a bit and I stalled the engine. I don't know, maybe half a minute.
Petter, some more problems for you this afternoon. What happened?
On the stage before, it was my fault. I think I just, lost the concentration. I was a little bit depressed after what's happened earlier today.
I saw the split time and we were doing quite well, and so I backed off just in case I'm going too fast, so maybe I backed off too much.
Armin, the engine doesn't sound too healthy. Any problems?
No, it's just the shocks are very, I don't know, understeer all the time and very bad traction.
And things were about to get worse. Anxious faces suggesting all is not well with Schwartz's car. As the German looks on helplessly, the clock turns red. He should already be on his way to the next stage. In the end, he leaves 2 minutes late. That's a 20-second time penalty. The problem was the car's water pump. Question on everyone's mind at Hyundai now. Loix's car. Might it have a similar problem? Just 2 stages left on the day. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more. Hey, if you want to catch up on everything from World Rally to World of Outlaws, don't forget Speed News every Saturday for a half hour, every Sunday night for a big 1-hour show, all at 7 o'clock Eastern on Speed. Stage 5 Acropolis Rally. After Granholm's spin, It was now the turn of another Finn to run into some difficulties. This time, it was Tommi Mäkinen, Subaru, lost time with power steering problems.
Lyhyt oikea eri, heti vasen eri plus tiukka kirraa sumppu. Ja oikea vasen 4, pirun pitkä K vasen.
Remember what I told you earlier to watch Mäkinen's face? Well, this is what I want you to compare it with. Here's a man working hard.
Helppo vasen 5, pitkä paha vasen.
No power steering, Mäkinen drops to 11th. Solberg languishing down in 21st after his 3rd spin of the day. Frustrating, disappointing for the kid called Hollywood. He had such high hopes of bettering the 2nd place finish he scored here just 12 months ago. And on that occasion, the only man ahead of Solberg was Colin McRae this year. McRae just one of 20 ahead of the Subaru driver. 2nd on stage 5, the Scot had climbed to 3rd overall, helped by misfortunes for Gronholm, Schwartz, and Mäkinen. Fastest on the stage yet again, McRae's young teammate Marco Martin. What are they going to do with this kid? His 3rd stage victory, helping increase the lead to 36 seconds, much to the delight of the Estonian fans who came to Greece to watch the action. Hyundai, Schwartz dropping to 5th. Loic still keeping the Korean hopes alive. 3rd on stage 5, 2nd overall. Now the meet in a Ford Focus sandwich. Lloyd, you may remember, broke his foot in a crash in the season opening rally in Monte Carlo. Apparently it has healed up rather nicely.
Smal. Links naar 150, bank rechts. Links naar 150, bank rechts, smal. En 75, rechts naar even rechts 140, omhoog 75, links naar direct 72 plus. Om 100.
Again, the advantage of the road largely swept clean of rocks. Watch the phone pole.
Links. En rechts 110 tegen struik af voor. En rechts 110 tegen struik af voor om 100. Om 100, links 150 en wordt 100. Links rechts 102 kort, open en sluit naar 80 kort. Links rechts 102 kort, open en sluit naar 80 kort. Om wordt 50, links 63. En 100. En 100. En 100. Even links kort.
So Loic's holding on to 2nd. The real battle looked to be for 4th. Who's going to claim that? One more stage to go. Stay with us. Welcome back. Day 1 of the Acropolis Rally. 5 stages down, 1 to go. This is the part where we sit back and appreciate just why these guys are the best at what they do. Enjoy the ride.
In over crest right 3 tight. In caution, left 3 to 4 minus. In bump right 3. In left 4 through water minus. Right in 3 to the Premier. 30 left 3 over bump. 30 right 3 to 4 opens over crest through water bump minus. 30 bump minus 30 tight to 3. Left 4. 100 left 3 to 4 minus little tight set house. 30 left 3 to 4 short. 30 left 4 short minus, in right 3 to 4 short minus, in left 3 short tight, in right 2 to 3, in left 2, 20, right 4 short, 60, left 4 over bump, 60, left 3 to 4 short, in progress right 5, 60, double caution over crest right 3 tight, in left 2 to 3 short, in right 3 short, in left 2 to 3 short, 30 caution over crest right 3 minus into junction, left 2 tight, in right 2, 20, left 2, in crest left 20, right 2, 80, left 4 over crest, 30, left 3 over bump, in right 4 short minus, in left 3, 60, right 5 short,
300. Flat left, tight into 20, flat left minus in. And flat left in 70. flat right plus to flat right plus 100, right max 50, right max in 30, easy left long, opens 50, flat left to flat left cut 20, flat right minus in to flat right 170, crest 80 left max, 80 grass okay, crest 70, flat left 60 braking, left max to crest 50, easy right plus to easy right over crest, tightens in long 50, fast left minus in long 50, easy right 20, flat right 30, easy left in long 50, easy right into flat right 80, flat right 70, braking easy left minus in 70, crest to slight right 100, flat right tightens 50, braking slight left 70, hairpin left 60, flat right minus 50, flat left long 100, 30, medium left long
2, 1, aja. Vasemmalla 7 oikein jouhea yli nypyn 7 ja vasen nopea suppu 4 ja vaseri helppo.
All right, one more stage to go in the Rally of Acropolis, and we'll be right back.
4 ja oikein nopea yli nypyn. Vasen eri ja oikein nopea.
The FIA World Rally Championship is brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Welcome back, stage 6, the last stage, a rerun of the day's opener, the nearly 15-mile Pavigliani test. Carlos Sainz had a mixed first day, but the 7th quickest time on stage 6 helped him end that day in 5th place overall. Real master at work right here.
Para izquierda que corta se abre, abrirse frenando mucho, izquierda media más de cierra Río Barro, Sasar mucho, para derecha media más corta, para izquierda que corta, para derecha buena más ojos de cierra, para salir izquierda buena más se abre, frenando, acaba buena menos corta Ras, Sasar, para derecha buena se abre, acaba calenta poco tarde cierra mucho con C,
Not quite the altitude of Argentina here, but very definitely a twisting mountain road, fair bit of altitude, lots of tight stuff up high.
Para uno corto, derecha buena en tercera se cierra, acaba acá se cierra, abrirse, izquierda derecha buena corta en tercera se cierra, Sasar, para izquierda acá corta, para derecha caliente se cierra, acaba calenta corta, frenando, para izquierda buena menos corta, Ras. Para derecha buena en tercera se cierra.
Notice the two distinct tracks on the road. It's been swept almost clear of rocks.
Para derecha media corta se cierra. Para izquierda buena se cierra Ras. Para Sand en derecha buena corta en tercera se cierra. Para izquierda Vice frenando agua. Izquierda media más corta se cierra Río.
So, a good day for Sainz, but for Tommy Mäkinen, things about to go the other way. Where'd he go? No power steering, and then the brakes failed, and that means that Mäkinen was fighting the car. A rock actually ripped the wheel completely off the car. Now, this guy's from Finland. He does not enjoy tire-carrying hill climbs in 90-degree Greek heat. This is bad.
We lost brakes a few kilometers before this place, and just when I brake down here, there was only rear brakes and a little hole, and that little hole just threw the wheel away.
On the roughest, twistiest stages of the year, you know, it's hard enough just to stay on the road. I have no idea what might have happened. We'll find out when we can get proper contact with Tommy.
And so once again, all eyes on Hollywood Solberg, hoping to score points for Subaru this time. No repeats of those earlier spin-outs, which cost him so much time. He was, in fact, fastest on the stage. despite that bit of a scare. Watch the rocks.
Left and right of a crest, just 6 left, opens extra long, just slow, narrow shot, 5 right.
For the second stage in a row, Colin McRae was second quick, and he'll start day 2 in 3rd place. 4th fastest on the stage, 4th overall. Ari Rovanperä leading the Peugeot Challenge into the 2nd day. But there's the man, Marco Martin, the only leader all day, despite being 3rd quickest on the day's last stage.
Long, bad camber. 4 right, into 3 minus left, and 2 right long. 20, hairpin left.
A guy with a bright future. You may not think of Estonia as the hotbed of World Rally, but this kid's dad was a driver. He knew from day 1 he wanted to be a driver, scrambled to get a car together, finally caught the attention of the world guys by finishing 10th in a Celica. And now look at him, factory Ford guy leading with a chance to win his first ever.
5 plus left, 30. Crest and lead 3 left, 20, 3 minus left opens.
As noted, the road conditions today clearly favored those who started further back. Martin high on that list. Nonetheless, this has been a terrific performance. A great day, too, for Freddie Loix, despite this spin.
Come on.
Now, we're not used to seeing a Hyundai in the podium places, so you can imagine that there were some happy faces waiting Freddie's return to service in Parnassus.
Rechts en bocht. Even links, rechts 50, zeer laat in open. Even links, rechts 50, zeer laat in open. Omhaarspeld links 40. Nu rustig zijn in die opent. Opent, omhaarspeld links 40. En 100. En 100. Links 53 min. And 100, links 53.
Now, what will happen tomorrow? Well, the inversion means that these guys up at the front of the field today are going to start in the back, and again, that's an advantage because the road will have been swept clean. This is falling together very nicely for the Hyundai guys.
Rechts 60 laten opent lang. Opent lang en rechts afvoor. En rechts afvoor, links afvoor. En wordt 75, links 82 min rots. Links 82 min rots en links 82 couperen open. En links 82 couperen open.
So the Korean car is one of the big stories of day 1 here at the Acropolis Rally. We ride with them past the finish, concluding their day, and show you how things stand at the end of day 1. There are some unfamiliar names at the head of the leaderboard for sure, thanks in part to all this road sweeping. Nonetheless, Martin and Loix are the guys to beat. They are in position to build on that advantage tomorrow. Let's hear from some of the front runners.
Very satisfied with 3rd at the end of day 1.
Yeah, it's a good position now. Okay, still almost a minute behind Marco, but very close to Freddie now.
Are you surprised to be 2nd at the end of day 1?
Yes, we are surprised, yes, because it's a very good result for us.
It's been pretty amazing to stay, that we managed to get such a big gap to everybody else. But I mean, everything worked really well. The car handled it perfectly, no problems, very reliable. So.
How would one find out how all these new faces will fare in day 2? Aha! Here's the answer. World Rally coverage right here on Speed Channel throughout the weekend, continuing with the Rally Extra wrap-up on Monday. It should be interesting to see how this thing plays out over the next couple of days. A lot of front-running teams desperately need points, but now a few new names up front. Strategy's pretty much out the window. With that, day 1 in Greece comes to a close. I'm Dave Despain. We'll see you tomorrow.